Hi everyone! Bit of a different video today. My mind has been kinda all over the place lately, and I haven't really been able to think straight for a while. One of my friends I've come a little closer to recently told me that cleaning up her house every Monday helps her feel better about these things. And I thought, since today is a Monday and I'm free from college class, that I'd try cleaning up a little too. And plus, I've been wanting to tell you all about how I've been feeling, so what better time to do it than now? So if you've noticed on my main channel, I haven't uploaded anything at all for almost half a year now. Not because I've given up or anything, but I've just been having a really hard time with my next project. Far harder than I've ever wanted myself to go through. And I could tell myself that the reason it's taking so incredibly long is that it's just a harder video. It's way more ambitious than anything I've set out to do before, and mentally it's always hard to put myself in the mindset of working on it since the thought of seeing myself finished with this is so distant in my head that I genuinely cannot picture what that reality looks like, if that makes any sense. And if I told you that was the reason, it would make sense, right? But to be honest, I think the real reason this has been really hard on me is how irrational my emotions have felt ever since I finished my last big video. If you don't know this, whenever I work on a big project, I take it onto myself to shut myself off from most of my social life, especially online since that's the place I have the most control of. I've known from the start of my animation arc that exposing myself around people scars me emotionally and puts me in a bad mindset, and so avoiding people just seemed right to me if I wanted to get something done. But after I finished my last video, I told myself, I think I want to try out that having a life thing, completely knowing what it does to me, since I thought I had missed out on a lot of memories last year. To put it briefly, during that life break, I found someone I could be very close to, and for a while, that was very nice. And once I found it in me to come back to making videos again, that sort of relationship remained. At first it made me feel much better emotionally, but over time I remembered how massive of a burden connecting with people really felt on me. During my usual work sessions, instead of dialing in, I would spend that time worrying over keeping that connection with her alive. I would overly push myself since with most social relationships I enter, it's very hard to believe that anyone cares enough about it lasting other than me. And remembering how much I resented that about my social life and how much it was eating away at my mind, I found it best to cut her out after a few months. Now I feel like I'm put into the exact same position again with my new friend that, inspired me to clean my house. The thing about this friend is that in my head, I can so vividly picture a reality where being close again really lifts me up. Which is why, against my better judgment, I'm trying the whole social thing again, and making time away from my videos to have conversations and stuff. But the more I look into how things really are, the more life screams at me that my problems will be 10 times worse if I do. Like how we spend time together feels 10 times more one-sided, and I feel in the dark 10 times as much as I used to. I really, really want this. But at the same time, I know it's self-sabotage. It's my work, my videos, my mental state, and I don't really know what to do anymore. Especially since it doesn't seem like either my social life or working on videos is going to make me happy anytime soon. And I think all this, plus a whole bunch of other things going on in my life, had made me feel so much more conscious about the passing of time than I've ever really been before. More and more I've been looking at what hour of the day it is on my clock, so I don't really remember the last time where I felt content about how early or late or whatever it is. Nowadays, all I can really tell myself is that it's too late, and that makes enjoying the moment so much more difficult. Like, I usually love my Mondays because I have the whole day off, but today I've just consistently been feeling very upset and frustrated. I've kind of come to learn that the rarity of free days I get just stresses me out to do as much as I can with them, since I know I'll just be stressed with schoolwork and personal work at any other point in time. So even today, on my free day, which I just wanted to clean to get my head away from things, I felt an enormous amount of pressure. Every single moment feels like one big obstacle I need to get through to get to the next obstacle. Everything feels like such a means to an end and not really enjoyable in itself anymore. And with cleaning today, the only thing in my mind was just, you need to finish cleaning so you can work on videos, or you need to finish cleaning so you can have an hour of quiet today. And I've come to learn, specifically from my previous semester in college, that because everything felt merely like one thing leading to another thing I need to do, that the whole time I feel incredibly stressed, but once it's over, I just forget every memory I have of the time. With this video I'm working on, and this semester, and this flow of life I'm going through right now, I know without a doubt in my mind that I will feel infinitely burdened with the things I set out to do, and then June comes where the semester just reaches a halt, and then I look back at myself and realize that I've gone absolutely nowhere. I just want a moment where I can really soak everything in without feeling like I'm wasting my time. So I look at the clock or the date, but when I realize what point in time it is, I just tell myself, dang, it's too late, isn't it? So the fact that I'm making my time feel more like a waste by focusing so hard on my social life rather than my videos, even when I know it's a lost cause, is just kinda heartbreaking. Anyways, what I kinda wanted to circle my thoughts back into is that before college and the growing up video came out, I wanted to have a year-long break from academic things for a while. I've told my parents, and they say that they won't allow me to have that because I'll be very lazy and I'll forget how to be a good student and that kind of thing. And I get how true that is, but why I wanted that time to myself is that I just wanted to forget time existed, if that makes any sense. I feel if I was put in a position where I had no looming points of doom, like having to fear every Tuesday, every midterm, every final, every start of a new term, then I can just pretend that days don't pass and I'm just frozen and still, and I can finally slow down for once and take my time. And more than ever, I wanted this sort of moment where I can forget, because from how my cleaning friend described her year off college at the moment, it really feels like she can appreciate the tiniest things and just be still for a second and not worry about progressing any further. If I had that time, of course I'd still progress with my videos and stuff, but every time I'd take a step back and breathe for a moment, maybe I'd feel less terrible about myself, you know? Anyways, I hope what I said made any sense. I don't think I clean my room very well, and I don't think my parents are very satisfied with it either. But I'm glad I got to talk about this all with you. So, yeah, if you're still here, thanks for listening.